Hello, my dear viewers. Again, I'm so happy to welcome so many new subscribers, and they mostly came over from Sonya Steptoe's subscribers because she promoted me a little bit, and I shall link her site. And she is a wonderful teacher, and she makes so beautiful videos and very nice work. I love to follow her. And so welcome. Thank you so much for showing your interest and subscribing. And it's for you all, not just for the new ones, but for everybody. I love you all, and thank you so much for your comments and your interest and being with me, joining my endeavor. So this little orchid here is for all of you. I picked it just this morning. It's a little orchid, and it grows quite abundantly once you put it out. And I picked it with its roots, so I can then just replant it. It's very easy to replant this type of orchid. Today, though, I would like to show you my new project, which is actually, in particular, this little cluster here. But where this little cluster sits, that is the main project. These are very old. Well, I worked on them. You see, this is more newer design. I worked on them lately, but as a matter of fact, I started with these long time ago. And I got such a number here. I saw them little houses because I realized this is a project for the rest of my junk journal career, for the rest of my history in this domain. And I started making 5. I thought it's gonna be a booklet with 5 signatures, which since then, of course, I changed. And I'm working here on 2 clusters, signatures, because it's just enough to fill quite a large booklet with all the pages and pockets and inserts. And I will come to that a bit later. We make a flip through one day or something. But for today, I would like to work on this little cluster, because looking through this booklet, I realized it doesn't look really good here in the back. I've done this quite a while ago, and before I started my purple endeavor, which I realize now, after so many of my new subscribers went to look also at my older videos. And I must say, I had to look at them myself again to recapture where I was. And this purple face that I just haven't actually quite finished, but I give it a bit of a break. It started with the Purple Color Challenge by Amy from Crafty Cat USA, sorry. And before that, before the purple face, I must have done it, so that's over a month ago. I had to recapture again where I might stuck, and I have other ones started as well. It is a phenomenon that I have by following my favorite junk journalists and their tutorials, and I always want to do something they do, to learn from it, because I'm still a newbie. So I have a lot of stuff started and not much finished. So today I'm gonna do more of this little cluster, and mainly the ones that I have put a really nice backing here. So when they sit here and the person would just need to use it. It also looks nice in the back. Before I start with the journaling though, I would like to show you how these orchids here live on my bush. This is the end of my inner circle yard, because this yard used to belong to my little dog, and I have this all overgrown here, so she can't escape. Just at the far end, you know, got bananas here where the birds love to come. I don't know if you can spot them. But anyway, these are these beautiful orchids. They come in this lilac, violety color. Then they come in orange. They don't want to focus on me. Let's try here. And the other nice thing here with this hedge is, you know, it's July, and this is mainly a bush. I had honeysuckle, and then I planted jasmine, and the jasmine totally took over. All these purple buds you can see, that's jasmine that will bloom soon. And here actually, don't know if it focuses. No, it wants to focus somewhere else. There are little fine buds already showing the white of the jasmine. So this very soon this will all be covered in white jasmine. And here I actually found already 3 little jasmine open. They not only come in orange and purple or lilac, they also make red blossoms. Hello! And look who we got here at the end of my table. Ah, are you my friend? Okay, back to the work here I'm doing. These are the old little clusters that I still have, and see, none of them look good on the back. Sweet little things as they are. But before when I got into the idea of cleaning them up, I thought I could do a big production of them. So I already zoom a bit out so you can see more of them. What I have here. I chopped up these little cardboard bits and pieces that I'm using. I'm not sure where. It looks very much to me, these are Artie May's inspirations. She might have had something similar, and I might have picked up the idea of making clusters on these cardboards. But I'm not quite sure, you know, how it goes. You have an idea from somewhere, and then you go on and your own style develops, and that's how it is. So this is my version, my variety of these little cardboard clusters. And what I thought I will start with, these are even just the papers that I pull off, because I think they got such a lovely texture. And some were a bit warped, you know, like here, this is not too badly warped, but these ones were very warped. So here you might still see, these are not quite in frame. You see it's still wet here. I had to just spritz them a bit with water so they got flat. Look at these great colors and textures and the playfulness when you rip them. So what I will do now is I give these a coat of varnish so they shine a little bit. Not all over, just, you know, I brush it over. Okay, let's see how this works. So I got here, this is clear wood varnish, a satin. I bought this specifically because then I can use it on other projects on wood around the house. You have to choose a brush that fits in this opening, which is fairly narrow, but it suits me for the little quantity. So I'll just give this a bit of a generous coat. I have more of these little cardboard bits and I will not varnish all of them. And also I don't varnish that it's perfect. I leave a bit of the edge around the cardboard in their natural state. But I thought a bit of gloss might look nice on it. Just an idea I had this morning. Oh, and I had another lovely event already this morning. I have a dam down the property a little bit in the distance there. Oh, hello, you are here again. This bird loves when I work. Anyway, and down at the dam I had magpie geese visiting, 2 magpie geese, and they are very friendly birds too, like you, isn't it? They follow when I go for a walk. The magpie geese often follow from tree to tree. They fly with us and they live on my dam and my neighbor's dam, because the neighbor has an extremely beautiful dam and the wildlife just loves it. Okay. While the other lot that I varnished is waiting, I show you the other ones that I chopped up in their raw state. I quite like the raw state, I must say, and we shall see how it will go with the ones that I varnished, I think you say. And so this is the following steps. I collected all these, and then I collected a lot of papers that can be used to decorate them for layering. So I got a lot of purple little snippets left from my previous project. It's one possibility. And then, as I mentioned before, these are the bits and pieces that I tear off, and they just got so lovely texture, and of course I love the color. So these are other layering possibilities. Then from very old projects, which actually go back to the beginning of this journal that I'm working on to finish it or continue on it. I don't know when I will be finishing. So I found all these snippets, and a lot of them are gold coated, brown, some with a green mist on it. Then I have just papers, you know, that you use to as the you know, when you make something or try out stamps or spritz or ink something, these papers are so valuable when you make layerings on clusters. So we got that. Then I got here some leftovers of this beautiful paper out of you know, the 12 by 12 papers. I used it also somewhere in those journals that I'm working on. Here I got my coffee dyed and other brown paper snippets, mainly from my coffee dyeing. You recognize these patterns by now. So it's another cluster to work with. And then an old piece of the newspaper, also, you know, used as the covering, you know, where you work on it. And very often they make lovely, lovely colors, and they also come in very handy, like you can see here, my old ones. These are that kind of newspaper that had this gorgeous coloring on it, and I just stamped on it, and it makes a lovely layer. I think so. So these are the papers I can work with. And then as focal points, I haven't got really into the focal points yet, but as you see, I just use whatever is around, bit of lace, cutouts, and interesting words that I can find. So I have here a box of goodies. Pictures. This is my niece's little drawings. I hope you can see this. It's winter in Switzerland and the wind is blowing, and here the little dog, the man walks his dog. So these will make lovely, lovely focal points, and here all the bits and pieces that will be useful. And then, of course, stamping fabric, stamping paper for that matter, bit of color. And so I think the first step that I will do for collecting the focal points and having layers, I prepared here some fabrics, and here are a few stamps, my stamp ink, and I will go ahead and stamp some. This is my butterfly collection and other things. So this is going to be my next step. So here I have my fabrics that I stamped. I swapped over to my archival ink. This fabric's really interesting because it bled a little bit. Looks very special, that bleeding. There is a few more. And then I have this long strip here. Just various stamps that I can then cut up and use. And I also stamped onto this piece of newspaper that I had used to work on. So there are various stamps also for layering. And meanwhile, this lot is drying, and I can tell you already now that I'm not quite happy with the colors. I don't know, just the texture is not as crisp as I wanted it to be. So I think I will go and treat these with a bit of gold or black or some spritz brown, the new Tattered Mist, the Tattered Angel Mists, they arrived. So I do that off camera and then I will show you my next step. I have now treated these dark little bits and pieces. I quite like them now again. This is just a treatment I gave them with a bit of black and gold sheen, and then I just went over with a white brush, just very quickly made a stroke to lighten up the colors. And I did the same. I made a few white splashes on the other one that are the raw cardboard. But it looks like rain is on the horizon. It's getting late. I had so much to do and I have to go into town now. So I will continue tomorrow with this project. Bye for today. Good morning, good morning. I'm out and about and it's very early still. So I greet you all back to my project. I went a little bit ahead and decorated already a few last night. And I show you a few in detail. This is a paper clip here. I want to do some more of that. Others are just still in the making. These are other little clusters I made in one session where I just used up all my scraps. I do that once in a while after a project. I also try to finish all the bits and pieces that are small that I cannot throw away. There is another one. A little cluster that I made that will be perfect. This is another little cluster that I had made. And this also is one of my dear ones at the moment. And while I was working on these collages, I was thinking, you know, it's good enough to have heaps of beautiful that you like clusters, but then I'm thinking, you know, where am I gonna use it? And I was thinking about my various projects that I have, whether they would fit in, and I had to rethink and think. I don't want to have too many just this monotone-ish type of color, because I have other projects where this might not fit so very well. So I took myself and I assembled a few more colors, because I am working on one that is gonna be for one of my young cousins. And it has a specific theme that this color is used. So I glued this bit here on now, and then I'm gonna tear it out and continue. Then I have a project that will come up soon, of course, because it is soon time to think of Halloween projects. So I need a few dark ones. So this is one of the kitchen towels, and I just spritzed it with a charcoal glitter mist. You know how I love to use these Tattered Angel glitter mists, and I just got my new stock back in. So I used the grey and other colors for another project. I'm getting to that straight away. And the other project I want to work on soon is one about the sea. and I already have a bit of greenish type of papers, so this will be very suitable. I collected a few green ones, and I prepared here some fabric things to collage them, and I also started spritzing. I just checked that this is in focus, not too bad. Again, I used my Tattered Angel Glimmer Mist, and I had these were just white little 200 GSM cardboard stock, and I spritzed various colors, and these are just, you know, and I used some of my newspapers where I did the brushing, and this one actually is from the last project where I did the lines, you know, for writing in the journal, and I put that as the background when I'm spritzing the various colors, and then I make sure there is no white spaces, finish it off a little bit at the end, and they come in so handy. Never throw away your... Here I got another one, a newspaper that I used to work on with these lines, brush strokes. They always come in so handy to be creative with. So I go and continue now with making some little details out of these things here. I want to do detail little clusters that they also will be suitable for my future projects that I'm working on. Okay, I'm back with my next step, and that will be to prepare these little clusters that I want to do for this darker type of cardboard clips that I want to then use for my Halloween. Already thinking Halloween, my goodness. And now what I want to do is, you see this kitchen paper has this lovely embossing pattern on it, and if I would now glue it and then smooth it out, it would lose the embossing on this very thin double layered paper. So what I will do is I just spray it with an adhesive. Isn't this a lovely cluster by itself? Just put this aside, and I have here this spray adhesive that I would like to use. I give it a bit of a distance from my nose, and anyway, that's how you spread it nicely on the thing, and then I put this over so it won't flutter around, because then I will do sewing anyway. Oops, it's very sticky now, so I will take it away from this newspaper. Sticky newspaper, go away, thank you. And here I prepare now these clusters roughly so you get an idea. So first of all I will cut them into their approximate shape, and each of these will make two of my clusters that I want to make. And I thought it would be for the Halloween one, so I thought I put something like this, maybe this underneath. Hello, dog! Oh, I got the Airbnb guests again, and they got a dog. Hi, doggy! Oh, he still can smell the spots where my dog used to go. And I have here my little box of thread treasures. I thought I'd put some like this. I haven't got enough dark ones. Been doing mainly these other colors. So something like this, and then it will have another focal point. I got another little jar here with goodies. Here is a thicker one that will suit. It helps to be very organized. I cannot despair too many of them, so yeah, that's it. And then we do something here, skeleton or something. So like this I will do the next one next to it. And then I had one in mind for the deep sea one, the ocean one, so that will be more on the green line, the way I do. Got a bit of this green one from another project, and don't think I got any green threads just yet. Oh yeah, look what I'm finding here. And we rip it. So, and then of course this leaves a lot of space still to decorate with it. And the blue one I might do with contrasting white, and I should have enough bluish stuff. So like that, I just will do some samples, and then let's say and then these I zigzag over it. Maybe I do that for you just so I can show you how it will continue. I quickly zigzagged down, and I did it very quickly, so it's a bit like this. Just folded this over to make it skinny and narrow. Here is still the other one for the next set of clusters. And then I thought, these are the darker ones where I had the varnish and the paint and all stuff, so I thought this could go on here, and then have a ghost here, or a skeleton, or a skull, or something Halloweenish. And so this is for the sea, and so I shall continue. I do that offline because it's a lot of work. It's typical. If I start one job, we started just with this one for the book. It's getting a big adventure for me. Anyway, this is the same way I showed you already. I glued this on this writing book page, and these are the ones, that had the ugly backing. That's why we started with this one. So I show you what I will do next is I just will tear around like this. We'll do that with all of them. Some will be more easy than others. Like this. I will do all of these. This is for that other project. And here we can put this straight away back into the booklet. that I showed you in the beginning. 2 signatures prepared. Hi dog again! And it's gonna live here, this little cluster. So the beauty of it is now that if you take this out, it's got a lovely backing. Okay, and with this done now, in the endeavor to finish this started booklet again, which is, if you remember, I got 5 more with 5 each prepared signatures. Typical. Anyway, that's a lifetime project. I'm very happy this is done now, and I shall continue this in another video. And also, before I continue on the video, of course I will finish all my clusters. The one prepared, and I don't know, there must be about 20-30 clusters I got going again. So, but with this I say goodbye for this video, and thank you again for joining my channel, and thank you for commenting, and thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best, and stay safe and happy. Enjoy your summer or the winter wherever you are. It's rainy here, but it's beautiful. And see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.